Hi, welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Today we are not going to do any Power Automate development or use case, showcase or whatever. Today I'm talking about a book that I received from Pact, and it's all about automate testing for Power Apps. As you can see on the screen, I have prepared a couple of notes that I took, my favorite chapters in the book that I read, and I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to present to you what is in the book. And on the left hand side, you can also see the book is available on Amazon. And in Germany, for example, it costs 22.49 for the Kindle edition and 29.99 for the paper edition. And I've also prepared, I don't know if you follow me on LinkedIn, a giveaway for today. So I've placed the names of the people who participated in the poll in LinkedIn, and I'm going to give away 2 paper books and also 2 ebooks as well. And yeah, stick around. So at the end, we will do the giveaway. Stick around to find out if you won the book, if your name is in the wheel, of course. Yeah, so let's talk about the book first. And as you can see on the screen, I've made some notes. So one of my favorite things in the book starting was about learning about the tools that you can use for Power Apps automation. Most of the cases we work with customers that they either don't have the budget or the time to thoroughly test or to allow us to thoroughly test an application. And then we end up going back and changing things because the user experience is not as it should be. And at the end, it ends up being more expensive than it would have been if we have tested the application as we should. So getting to know these tools was a great start by reading this book, and also learning why you need to test your apps. I mean, it's obvious, but sometimes going through those requirements that users may have was very helpful. And then also some testing foundation and the mindset of a tester, because you cannot just ignore your users, and that they are the people who are going to use the application that you're building. So having that mindset of a tester that you will have to test all your apps is very helpful, and it will make your development career easier in the future. The next chapter was all about Power Apps Studio, and how you can collaborate in Power Apps Studio. First of all, it describes how you can install it and where you can find it and tips and tricks and so on. But also the part that I enjoyed the most was how you can collaborate in Power Automate Studio, how you can write notes, comments, and documentation about your application. Something else I enjoyed was how you can use the solution checker and the app checker for the app validation and improvement. Those are standard tools that you have in Power Apps, but many times many people ignore them because of, as I said, time and budget issues. But they are really helpful to give you a quick overview and some insights of your app and how you have developed it, if there are any bottlenecks, what is running slow or what's making your app slow, and so on and so forth. So really enjoyed reading that and recommend using the tools. Next, it was about a review of the Power Apps review tool. That's a tool which is not standard in Power Apps. You need to download it, but there are also tips and links where you can find it and how to use it. And the review tool is, as it says, it's about reviewing your application. Next chapter I really enjoyed was about PowerFX overview and usage in testing. Many people say, what is PowerFX? But it is something like Excel. So there is a need of change of mindset there, because it's not 100% the same. Of course, if you were great on Excel coding, then you will be good on PowerFX as well. But there is a slight need of a slight change in the mindset, moving from Excel to PowerFX, and that was very nicely described in the book. And also the book where describes some very nice PowerFX principles for starters and also for professional developers. What I also enjoyed was understanding YAML, yet another markup language. I'm not very profound in that language, so it was a great start for me. It was very nice to read it there. Another chapter I enjoyed was planning testing in Power Apps project. So when you start a new project in Power Apps, you if you have that mindset of testing, then you need to plan that testing as well. No? And that testing, that planning depends, as it was written in the book, on the maturity of the company, for example, of the organization, and also depending on the situation and on the project. No? By situation, I mean budget and so on and so forth. So what it was here described was how you can plan testing in early stages of the development, for example, that you create the pipelines and the testing pipelines and environment directly from the beginning and not later on in the development. How you can integrate the automated testing was very interesting to read. Some application lifecycle management techniques, which every tester needs to know, and every developer actually. And that very interesting user acceptance testing, UAT. I was not aware of that abbreviation, so I had to look it up, of course, in the book. So yeah, user acceptance testing, it's self-explanatory actually, and very important. The user needs to accept that application, and accept not in terms that they can say I am not going to use it. Most of the times they will have to, but that they embrace that application and they like what changes you have made or what you have built. So involving them in the early stage is a great start there. And yeah, how testing benefits your users, of course, because they are the people, as I said, who are going to use the application. And if they were not involved in the testing and in development, you will have then more problems later on. You will get maybe negative feedback, or it doesn't matter, but feedback where you will have to go back and do changes. So in my opinion, and how I understood it from the book, it was that you need to involve your users. Yeah, the next chapter was Introduction to Test Studio. I have never used it myself before, so that was for me also something new, which I really enjoyed. And I learned how to test Canvas apps with a sample case study. It's in the book. You can read it as well. Next chapter was also pretty interesting actually, because we all know RPA and Power Automate Desktop, but I have never thought about Power Automate Desktop as a testing environment or as a testing tool for Power Apps, Canvas and model-driven apps. And that was very interesting to read, how to set it up, how to set up the UI features where you can click and record it in Power Automate Desktop, so that you can then automate that user in your Power Apps Canvas. So that was very interesting. Another chapter that I really enjoyed was PCF and Canvas component testing. I'm not very profound in PCF and Canvas components. I know them, I know how to use them, but I've never built one myself. So if you are a person who can build them and use them a lot, being able to test them as well is also very helpful. So feel free to find that in the book and read about it. It was very interesting. Another interesting chapter was ALM with Test Studio and Test Engine. Those are also tools that are not pre-installed in Canvas apps or in the Power Platform environment. You will have to download them from Git, but in the book you can find the descriptions of where to find the tools and how to use them. Very interesting for testing the applications that you have built as well. And also what was described in the chapter was the key concept of how you can explore the test automation with Azure DevOps pipelines and combine that with Test Studio. So you set up the Test Studio in a DevOps environment where you automate the testing practically. That is very well explained and also very, very helpful. And last but not least, there were some metrics and analytics, and better said, where you can find those metrics and analytics about your Power Apps that you have developed. And we have the Power Apps Analytics, Dataverse Analytics, and Application Insights. Application Insights is a pre-built tool in Power Apps. You can check that every time after building your Power App. And it was very helpful to see what these tools all can do. And I really enjoyed reading this book because of the simplicity of how it is explained. Of course, it's also for a bit more advanced users, but also for citizen developers. Maybe they will not be able to use or understand 100% of what's in the book, but they can definitely cherry pick some tips from this book on how they can test their applications, even their simple applications. So I will really recommend this book for almost every level of expertise in Power Apps Canvas. Yeah, so that's my summary for this book. I hope that was a bit helpful for you, so that you can decide if you're going to read the book or not. So yeah, let's move on to the giveaway. And I have prepared here the names of the people who took part in the poll on my LinkedIn. And I don't know how many there were. I think there were around 25 or 30. Yeah, so first we're going to pull the 2 names for the paper book. And later, the last 2 names will receive an e-version of the book. So let's see who is going to be the first person. And the first person is Michel Mendes. Awesome. So yeah, congratulations. You are going to receive the hard copy of the book, and I will reach out to you for your information on LinkedIn. Okay, so let's close that. And the second one. The second one is Simon Schweiger. Congratulations on your new book. Okay, awesome. So these 2 people are going to receive the hard copy of the book. Let's check who is going to get the e-version of the book. And let's spin the wheel again. And Ramakrishna is going to receive an e-copy of the book. Congratulations. I'm going to reach out to you as well. And last but not least, we only have 1 person left. And we have Ali Raza is going to receive the second ebook. Yeah, so that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. It was a short review of the book from Carlos and Cesar. And yeah, if you like the book, I will place a link from Amazon where you can find it in the video description. And for the winners, I will reach out to you on LinkedIn. Thanks for watching. If you did so, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss anything else. And have fun. Thanks for watching. Bye.